In an era where the world is torn between aggression and depression, a child was born who at the age of 4 astonished his teachers by reciting the Bhagavad Gita. From a young age, he was found in deep meditation. He would say, "I have family everywhere. People are waiting for me." After completing his education, he began traveling the world, reviving ancient knowledge and imparting spiritual wisdom. And then, in the winter of 1981, in a place called Shimoga, he went into a period of silence, during which the Sudarshan Kriya was revealed to him. The most powerful breathing technique that relieves stress and creates emotional, mental, and physical well-being.
What prompted you to start your own mission?
I didn't plan anything as such. I just took 10 days of silence and afterwards kept teaching what I grasped.
Gurudev began traveling across the world, teaching this knowledge, and so the art of living was born. Under his guidance, the organization has grown to have its presence in 180 countries, with over 35,000 teachers who have spread the benefits of Sudarshan Kriya to millions across the globe. He has designed 57 unique programs that cater to every section of society.
When I did Sudarshan Kriya for the very first time, it was so powerful, and I felt like my brain and my eyes are just clear. It's like there was so much written on the blackboard, and when you just wipe it off.
And I can feel like my whole nervous system just resetting. I can feel a calm and a peace.
The only thing I'm proud of, I have very dedicated, committed volunteers all over the world. They carry on the work.
His programs have not just created inner well-being and peace, it has empowered hundreds and thousands of volunteers to make the world a better place. At the age of 24, with what began as Gurudev taking responsibility for the education and care of 180 children, has grown into over 1,200 free schools, educating over 100,000 children, many of whom are first-generation learners in the remotest parts of India.
Earlier in my life, I did not have food to eat or proper clothes to wear. But this second chance that I have got has made me capable of taking care of my entire family.
Gurudev founded the Rural Development Program to empower rural communities globally. Volunteers have created 1,000 model villages in India, providing electricity through solar power in over 90,000 homes. The Youth Leadership Training Program has transformed rural youth from across the globe into leaders of social and economic change.
I was a heavy smoker, drink like a fish, but now, just take that.
On a mission to conserve the environment, the art of living has revived rivers and water bodies throughout India, providing relief to many drought-hit areas.
This region had no drinking water at all. Now it is there in abundance.
This river rejuvenation initiative that we have taken up in Maharashtra has been successfully executed by the Art of Living under Gurudev's guidance.
Tree plantation and cleanliness drives have helped create a greener planet. Natural farming programs have made farmers across India, especially those in suicide-prone districts, debt-free and self-reliant.
Gurudev, by taking up so many initiatives for farmers, you have brought happiness back to our lives. I am very, very grateful to you for this.
Dear Gurudev, if it hadn't been for you and your teachings, my life would look much different than it does today.
It's incredible that you were able to get through to a bunch of people who essentially believed in violence only.
If you see through my eyes, I don't see any bad people per se on earth. The people whom we call as culprits of heinous crimes, there is a victim crying for help inside of them.
Art of Living's prison program has transformed the lives of over 800,000 prisoners world over.
I used to actually look forward to fights. But now since doing this cause, I'm a total different person. I can now walk away from a fight.
I also have started to believe in myself that I have an impact in passing on and in doing service. And Guruji, I want to thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much.
The Yes for Schools program in the United States has saved many at-risk inner-city youth from a life of crime.
I lost my sister, I lost my grandma, I lost my great-grandpa, and I didn't know how to deal with my stress. But since the yoga classes started to help me, and I don't feel much about it anymore because I feel happy, like they're in a better place now.
We spent 16 months on the ground. We were actually the longest unit to serve in Iraq.
Well, I came back injured. Really had no support of any family or anything. I felt alone.
When you come back and you have a hard time reattaching to normal civilian life.
Project Welcome Home Troops has helped war veterans by healing the unseen wounds of war. 94% of these veterans reported increased levels of peace and decreased stress and anxiety.
Just on a practical level, I sleep at night, and I don't have to take a handful of meds to do it.
And that's where this program really probably helped me more than anything, is it kind of gave me myself back.
When you see that light come back in their eyes, or you see them resting within themselves for the first time, it's the most rewarding thing that any teacher could ever want.
Whether man-made disasters or natural calamities, Art of Living's vast global network is one of the first groups to respond.
How do you feel, the guru of love and compassion, when you hear the news of the pain in the world today and the atrocities that we witness every single day?
When I consider the whole world as one family, any trouble anywhere definitely pains. Instead of sitting and brooding over it, I jump into action.
In the longest-running dispute, and a divisive one at that,
Mandir Masjid case has finally come to an end in the apex court.
Gurudev resolved the 500-year-old Ram Mandir Babri Masjid dispute through decades of community outreach and dialogue. His mediation efforts resulted in an amicable solution that was welcomed by both the Hindu and Muslim communities.
All our hopes are with him, because he's such a person who does not want to see anyone hurt.
Gurudev does not belong to one religion. He is a messenger of peace. Nobody can ever doubt his intention.
ये जो काम हुआ है, ये बहुत लोगों के sacrifice के ऊपर खड़ी है. इसका पूरा credit भारत को मिलना है ये.
In an effort to restore peace in the Kashmir Valley, Gurudev has brought together all stakeholders through trust-enhancing initiatives, dialogue, and development projects.
We had been taught to operate guns, arms, and train other youths. But now, after doing the Art of Living course, reading Sri Sri, we realized we had chosen the wrong path.
After his intervention, thousands of militants in northeast India laid down their weapons and chose the path of non-violence.
My life got a new turning point because of Gurudev. He made me realize weapons will not bring independence for our community.
Many other groups who have understood that there are people to care for them. There are people who are ready to listen to them. And we will not stop till the last gun is laid down in the region.
This June 23rd will be an important day in Colombian history.
Gurudev's effort led to the end of a 52-year-old fierce armed conflict between the FARC and the Colombian government.
We hope that we Colombians may soon embrace the Gandhian principle of non-violence. We agree with Master Shri Shri Ravishankar.
Since 2003, Gurudev has held peace conferences and relief camps in Iraq, Jordan, and Lebanon.
When I practiced breathing, I felt so relaxed from inside and outside. I felt like I was flying.
The Art of Living has also rehabilitated close to 1,000 Yazidi women who were enslaved by the ISIS in Syria.
These girls were raped by the ISIS. I was raped by 2 ISIS members.
It was very, very hard to process all this. These sessions really helped all of us to cope with the trauma.
For his humanitarian efforts and peace initiatives, Gurudev has been conferred with numerous awards from around the globe, including the highest civilian award of Colombia, Mongolia, Paraguay, and Suriname. He's also been conferred the Padma Vibhushan, one of India's highest civilian awards, and 25 honorary doctorates globally.
The art of living has an incredible following that cuts through all religions, cultures, and backgrounds. A very difficult thing to do in today's world.
With a vision of a one-world family, Gurudev gathered people from over 150 countries to celebrate the first World Culture Festival in Bangalore. In Berlin, where the Second World War was declared, the festival brought together thousands from across the globe to celebrate unity in diversity. In Delhi in 2016, the festival brought together over 3.75 million people from 155 countries, with spectacular performances by 36,602 artists on a breathtaking 7-acre stage, the size of 6 football fields. In 2023, the 4th edition of the festival saw 1.1 million people from 180 countries gather on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. The Art of Living has hosted historic events leading to multiple Guinness World Records. His vision for the world is to see a smile on every face and create a stress-free, violence-free society.
We gather today in this wonderful occasion, blessed by our Master of Love.
If you can have the spiritual force of Sri Sri Ravishankar ji, then we have a beautiful world.
If there's one country in the world that has to be in total gratitude with you, is mine.
The voice of peace, the voice of truth, it should be heard loud and clear.
So wonderful and inspiring, isn't it? Now please join me in welcoming our wonderful students of the Art of Living Free Schools, our proud first-generation learners, to come up onto the stage for this joyful moment. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಪೀಠ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಗೀತೆ.
Respected guests, honored educators and dear friends, it is a privilege to briefly introduce to you the work of the Art of Living Free Schools. The Art of Living Free Schools began in 1981 during the construction of the Art of Living International Center here in Bangalore. This is when Gurudev noticed that the local children had no access to schooling. So what began as a small compassionate action has today grown into a nationwide movement. With the blessings of Gurudev and guidance of our chairperson, Srimati Bhanumati Narsimhan, today we run 26 preschools across 22 states in India, impacting over 120,000 children. Most of our children are first-generation learners, and we are very proud to say that nearly half of our students are girls. Our schools provide not only academic education aligned with state curriculum, but also uniforms, textbooks, midday meals, transportation, and safe learning environments, all completely free of cost. Alongside academics, we emphasize human values, life skills, confidence building, yoga, meditation, and emotional resilience, because we believe that education must nurture both confidence and character. We see ourselves as taking education where it is needed most, reaching children and communities where mainstream systems often cannot. Thank you for your time and for your continued dedication to education. We now invite our lovely children from our free school near the Bangalore Ashram to recite the Saraswati Vandana. Let's welcome them with a round of applause.
या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः निःशेषजाड्यापः आशासुराश्री भवरङ्गवल्ली भासे वदासि कृतदुग्धसिन्धुं मन्दस्मितेर्निन्दितशारदेन्दुं वन्दे रविन्दासरसुन्दरे त्वां शारदा शारदां भोजवदनां वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियाम् सरस्वतीं च तां नौमि वागधिष्ठात्रदेवतां देवतां प्रतिपाद्यन्ते यदनुग्रहतो जनः यदनुग्रहतो जनः यदनुग्रहतो जनः
Thank you, dears. Now, a question for all. What unfolds a young mind when it feels safe, calm, and clear? Anybody? To know that, now I invite Children's and Teens Desk of the Art of Living for a spine-tingling peek into the intuition program.
ಅಂತಃಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆ, ಶಾಂತತೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಂಬಿಕೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯಿಸಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾದಾಗ ಅಂತಃಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅರಳುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಂತಃಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯ ಒಂದು ಡೆಮೋವನ್ನು ಈಗ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡೋರಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
All right, so this is for the benefit of those who have not seen the intuition demo. I have got Bhavani and Gayatri. Both of you, please come. I need one volunteer who has not seen the demo. One person, please, who has not seen the demo. Anybody? So now we got, Bhavani and Gayatri. So does anybody have a visiting card? A visiting card, please. So Gayatri, please come here. Yeah, madam, you don't know me, I don't know you, correct? Yeah? So this is not rigged. All right, here we go. Gayatri, please read. Sir, can you come upstairs? Yeah.
Okay.
This is to validate whether she is telling the truth or no.
Okay, the background is white and Delhi Public School Electronic City is written in green and there's written in black survey number 33. I don't know this place, but it is Begur, Hubli, Bangalore 560068. Then mobile 9988084614842.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gayatri. Ma'am, can I ask, okay, Bhavani, why don't you wear your blindfold? Um, can I ask one amongst you to just stand up? One person, please. All right, he stood up first. All right, why don't you describe this person? There's one person who's standing.
Okay, he's wearing a light blue shirt, and then the jacket on top is grey in color, and it's it's got grids, and then there's also a piece of cloth in the pocket, and he's wearing a tag which is a brown ribbon, and it's black pants, grey socks, and a black pair of glasses.
Jai Gurudev. All right, yeah, open your blindfold. So because of lack of time, I'll just stop the demo here. Okay, just to give you a brief idea of what this is all about. There are three ways we learn. Okay, first is through our physical senses. We see something, we identify it, we hear something, we taste something, we touch, we smell. That's how we learn. Babies, that's how they learn. Now, as we grow up, what happens? We realize that, what our senses are telling and what the reality is, there is a little bit of a gap. For instance, every day in the morning, we see the sun rising, and in the evening, we see the sun setting. Okay? For great part of human history, we believed that it's a geocentric universe. The whole celestial bodies, they were moving around us. But then some scientists, both in the East and the West, Copernicus and all of them, they made certain calculations and observed that, it doesn't fit into that hypothesis that we are a geocentric universe, right? And then, using logic, we realize that, because we are revolving around our own axis, the sun appears to be rising and setting. So, the knowledge that we get through the intellect is far superior to the knowledge that we get through the five senses. Do you all agree with this? Yes? So, this is where, for the last 200, 300 years, that's where we have been, moving around. Okay? But beyond the intellect, there's something called the sixth sense, right? So many times it has happened to us, It's hot and sunny in the morning, but we have an, uncontrollable urge to carry an umbrella. And lo and behold, in the evening it's raining. And we say, thank God I listened to myself, right? Many a times we think about somebody, right, whom we have not met for a very long time, we have completely lost touch with them, and then we bump into them into the marketplace. And then we'll say, hey, you know what, I was thinking about it this morning. You're going to live 100 years. These are a few glimpses of, intuitive, insights in our life. And if we can develop them, okay, like how these children can do, from the age group of 5 to 18, we have got the intuition process, okay, then they become, more and more successful. Right? Now, I would like to request them to share, in what manner they have been benefited. Bhavani?
So, Jai Gurudev, everyone. My name is Bhavani. I'm 16 years old, and I'm a student of SSRVM Bangalore South. And I did this course when I was 5 years old, and I've noticed multiple benefits within myself. Yeah, so the biggest ones were my fear of the unknown has vanished. So before doing this course, I had a huge fear of horses. Right? So if the horse is really far, I used to think that the horse would come and eat me. But after doing this course, that fear has vanished, and I do horse riding as a hobby now, and I'm not scared of the horses. How I will talk to my friends in my day-to-day life, I can talk to them in the same manner. Not just that, my confidence amongst people has also increased a lot. There is no stage fear anymore. Even if I have to talk to a stranger, I don't have that people fear. What are they going to say? What will they do? I know who to talk with and who not to. Like that, I can also sense people's vibes, right? So the moment I meet someone, my intuition will tell me whether I should trust that person or no. And thanks to that, making friends is very easy because I can differentiate between good company and bad company. And decision-making skills have also improved a lot because if it comes to a lot of decisions where I have to make, in serious situations. I have 5-6 choices. I don't get confused because my intuition tells me what path I need to take and what decisions I need to make for that. Even when it comes to career, I know what career path I want to go into, and I know what subjects I have to take and what I have to do in order to get that.
Gayatri.
So my name is Gayatri. I am 12 years old. I have been practicing intuition process from 5 years, and I study in SSRVM Bangalore South. And there are many experiences which I have noticed in myself. Like I have, my confidence level has increased a lot, and then also in sports, it has helped me a lot. Like if I play football, so before the ball comes, I get to know where the ball is gonna come.
So these are some of the benefits, that children are getting. Okay, so we have this program available in the ashram, in the city. We also have got, school format. So we would request you to get connected with, Rishi Soodji. Okay, we have got our, yeah, please.
Hello. Yes, my name is Rishi Sood and I am looking into institutional program for institutes. And I am available right outside the VM for next couple of hours. So if you need any more information, you can come there. We have the brochure for the intuition program, QR code to scan, and any questions you have, you can ask us. I am available just right outside.
Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev.
Wow, Seth. Wow, that was so awesome. And this is such a life-changing technique for all our children, isn't it? Rooted in Gurudev's vision, our institutions across the country continue to grow and nurture confident, compassionate, and individual responsible citizens while combining modern education and timeless wisdom. We invite you to the journey of various education initiatives under the umbrella of the Art of Living.
ಗುರುದೇವ್ ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮತ್ತು ಮೌಲ್ಯಾಧಾರಿತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 1999ರಲ್ಲಿ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಮಂದಿರ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಂದು SSRM ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಸುಮಾರು 120 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಕುಟುಂಬವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆ, ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ, ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ, ಸಹಾನುಭೂತಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬೆಳೆಯಲು ಇದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡೋಣ.
Education is civilization's greatest leveler. It has the power to empower the weakest of the weak, bring peace to the world, and alleviate poverty. It is often seen as the only lit path in the pursuit of happiness. Gurudev Sri Ravishankar, founder of the Art of Living, believes that every child deserves an education, where the goal is not just to make a living, but to make a life. Keeping this in mind, Gurudev has initiated various programs and educational institutions ranging from pre-primary to post-graduation to sow the seed early on and mold them into being better citizens of this world. The various education initiatives by Gurudev, the free schools of Art of Living. 1981 saw the inception of the first free Art of Living school, and today we have 1,356 free schools under Ved Vigyan Mahavidya Peeth Trust in the remotest areas across 22 states and more than 2,745 villages of India, providing a bright future to over 1,20,000 plus underprivileged children in the country. The Art of Living also runs more than 30 tribal schools in the rural areas of our country under Vyakti Vikas Kendra, India.
गुरुदेव कहते हैं कि एजुकेशन इट इज़ नॉट अ टीचिंग प्रोसेस, इट इज़ अ लर्निंग प्रोसेस। तो इसको बहुत अच्छी तरीके से यहाँ पे ध्यान दिया जाता है। इसके कारण ये बच्चों में एक प्रभाव ऐसा बन गया है कि ये बच्चों जिस गांव से आते हैं, जिस घर से आते हैं, वहाँ पे भी बहुत बड़ा बदलाव हो रहा है। बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ने बच्चों के कहने के कारण व्यसन छोड़ दी।
Since its establishment in 1999, the Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust has established over 121 plus educational institutes, which currently has more than 60,000 plus students, 5,500 plus educators, and has thus far over 500,000 graduates. It also has an international presence in Oman and Nepal. As a part of Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust family, we have 100 plus schools which are amongst the top educational bodies in India. Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust also has the Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research Hospital, an ISO 9001-2015 certified Ayurvedic teaching hospital located in Bengaluru and Odisha, providing comprehensive and high-quality Ayurvedic healthcare services. Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research is a premier institution, ranked first in Bengaluru and 7th nationally, with a record of consistent 100% academic results, positioning itself as a leader in global Ayurvedic education. In 2009, a vision took root in Odisha, Sri Sri University. Across 188 acres, it became India's first alcohol and drug-free sanctuary where Western innovation meets Eastern wisdom. By 2026, this vision has flourished into a global leader, ranking first in Odisha for sustainability and among the world's top 200 for social impact. Our Sri Sri Institute of Nursing Science and Research Center, the Institute of Nursing, empowers students with professional expertise, mindful values, and a strong commitment to care, service, and lifelong learning. Sri Sri Institute of Fashion Studies, Bengaluru, is a premier design institute under the Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust, offering a holistic and industry-driven fashion education, blending technical excellence with sustainability, mindfulness, and cultural heritage. Sri Sri Institute of Physiotherapy and Allied Health Sciences, Bengaluru, is dedicated to shaping skilled and compassionate healthcare professionals. B.Ed and BP.Ed colleges are dedicated to shaping inspired educators and dynamic physical education professionals. At the SSRVM Education Campus, Bengaluru, a new chapter unfolds with Sri Sri deemed to be university. Envisioned by Gurudev Sri Sri Ravishankar, the university embodies a holistic approach to education where knowledge meets values and learning becomes a way of life. The Art of Living, through its wing of Vedic Dharma Samstha, is reviving and preserving our ancient wisdom and practices by providing Vedic education to over 1,000 students in our 13 Gurukuls spread across 13 states in India. Education is not just about acquiring information, it is also about transforming oneself. To further empower our students with unique capabilities, the Art of Living offers 3 programs specially developed for all age groups by Gurudev. Utkarsh Yoga is meticulously designed exclusively for preteens. Give children those essential tools to easily overcome fear, shyness, nervousness, anxiety, frustration, and jealousy. Medha Yoga focuses on empowering teens with tools that help them take the right decisions, focus better, be more responsible about oneself, kindle a sense of belonging, and channelize their energy in the right direction. Prajna Yoga enables children to perceive beyond the five senses and delve into the sixth sense, which we know as intuition. Intuition is the right thought and the right action at the right time. These programs help in shaping the personality of the individual from their very core. Gurudev's vision is to develop not just the intelligent quotient, but also the emotional and spiritual quotient of our children, allowing students to lead a wholesome and fulfilling life.
From kindergarten up to the university, to PhD level, we have provided a platform for children to blossom and be great citizens of our beautiful planet.
Thank you very much. Gentle reminder, please put your phones on silent mode. We will have Gurudev coming in soon.
Around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, terrorists emerged from the dense pine forest surrounding the valley and started firing at a group of 40 tourists. Tourists were enjoying pony rides in the meadows of the Besran Valley, also known as Mini Switzerland, when terrorists opened fire.
गुरुदेव जी बहुत मुबारक है कश्मीर को, आपके चरण पड़ गए इधर। ये जो यहाँ 22 अप्रैल का सानिया हुआ, अब 6 महीने हो गए। यही लोगों को अपील करनी है आपकी ज़बान से कि कश्मीर ठीक है, कश्मीर हिंदुस्तान का है, हिंदुस्तान कश्मीर का है।
इसी उद्देश्य से सिर्फ हम अकेले नहीं आए, हम प्लेन भर के लोगों को लेकर आए। सब खुश हो? सब्र करें। See through my eyes, there are no bad individuals, there are no bad person on the earth. They are only misguided, misunderstood. जो गलत फहमी में हो जाते हैं, उन सबको पास पे हमें लेना पड़ेगा, सबको अपनाना है। यही जीवन जीने की कला, कोई पराया नहीं।
न कर,
न करे,
न दिम करन,
न दिम करने, न करे न दिम करे।
ये खूबसूरत वादी को ड्रग फ्री बनाना है। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
I like to see smile on everyone's face, a smile which is undying, that nobody can take it away. That is a sign of education. We need to heal the past wounds and move on to the future.
उनका ये कहना मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा कि हम लोग जो है एक ही नोट से है, तो वी आर यूनाइटेड।
आई थिंक 20 से 30,000 स्टूडेंट्स प्रेजेंट थे यहाँ पे बख्शी स्टेडियम में, एंड गुरुदेव की बातों से आई थिंक कि बहुत सारे मोटिवेट हो चुके हैं। कश्मीर के लिए आई थिंक ये बहुत प्यारा बड़ा दिन था।
जो हमने ये क्रिया किया ये बहुत अच्छा था। मेरी पर्सनैलिटी में एक ह्यूज डिफरेंस है। जेल में ये वक्त हमारे लिए बहुत बुरा है, बट इस बुरे वक्त में अभी हम शांत हैं, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है।
मैं जेल में सबसे छोटी हूँ, मैं 3 बार आई हूँ जेल। मैं ड्रग्स इन सब चीज़ों में इन्वॉल्व थी। सुदर्शन क्रिया की मैं सोती थी सुबह के 4 बजे, और जब 9 ही बजे सोते हैं इस ध्यान की वजह से।
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। मुझे इससे पहले नींद नहीं आती थी, मुझे आज बहुत अच्छी नींद भी आती है।
मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था, हो सकता है कि मैं जेल इसीलिए आया कि मुझे गुरुजी से मिलने का मौका मिला।
एक कमरे में 20 साल से अंधेरा रहने पर भी रोशनी आने में 20 साल नहीं लगेगा। रोशनी तुरंत आ जाता है। आपकी जो भी समस्या वो हमको दे दो, आपकी दर्द पीड़ा हमको दे दीजिए। आपके चेहरे में मुस्कान हम देखना चाहते हैं। हमारा रशीद भाई भी है इधर। रशीद, खड़े हो जाओ भाई। रशीद भाई, हाँ, इन्होंने भी बहुत काम किया है। कितने साल हो गए? 15-20 साल हो गए। देखो, मैं याद रखा ना तेरे को कि मिलिटेंसी में रहे पूरा, ना संपर्क में आए, फिर मोड़ के देखा नहीं।
हम पिछले 2 साल से इस दिन का इंतज़ार कर रहे थे कि आप कब यहाँ पे आएंगे। पिछले 1.5 दिन से जो यहाँ पे एनर्जी और जो माहौल में फ़र्क हमें लगा बहुत ही ज़्यादा। हम चाहते हैं एक दिन, बस आप हमें बस एक दिन, आप हमें एक दिन दीजिए, हम पूरी लाइफ आपके साथ।
एक दिन
देखो, अभी तो हम लेके आए ना, कोई 500 लोग आए हमारे साथ, तो फिर ऐसे
Now, while we wait for Gurudev and dignitaries to know more about our intuition program, we invite you all to watch a video.
Most people over 40 will enter 2026.
Have their own individual traits. To become the best version of themselves, all they need to do is tap into the right thought at the right time. And that right thought at the right time is called intuition. Welcome to the world of intuition. Gurudev Shri Shri Ravishankar's The Art of Living Intuition Process. A process where children learn to gain access to their intuitive abilities and take their minds and bodies beyond the 5 senses and into the 6th sense. We are all intuitive beings. Since the beginning of history, intuition has been a part of Indian culture. The Vedas and Upanishads both discuss consciousness and the sixth sense.
Intuition is knowledge that is there around us, which, it is there in every particle of creation. It comes from a space of consciousness, the very being that we are, and that is intuition.
The Art of Living intuition process teaches your child to look within and tap into their innate wisdom to face every challenge.
Term intuition is so fascinating. So when I got to know about this particular program being offered by the Art of Living called the Intuition Program, I was very excited. And I wanted my child to learn it.
As children grow up and they have to make choices at every stage of their life. So that is where the power of intuition or having that sixth sense could help them in making the right decision in life.
The program is designed for young children as their minds are fresh, pure, and have a natural capacity to tap into and use their intuition.
At a young age, it's easier to tap into this intuitive dimension because there's less noise in the head. So it's easier to listen to this inner voice which is guiding you. And intuition is something that always guides you to do the right thing.
Children who go through the program are able to apply their intuitive abilities in all facets of their lives.
I don't need to put much effort for his studies. His grasping power has gone up like anything. So he's able to grasp really fast and thereby perform better.
And most important I've seen is not talking to 4 or 5 people, but she's confident enough to talk to thousands of people holding a mic and addressing the crowd and all that.
These children with these processes, I see them making decisions on their own without needing too much of an intervention.
The process trains children to relax their minds, to access their intuitive abilities, so much so that you can see these children perform various activities even with their eyes closed.
So when I put my blindfold on, I actually feel more confident while I'm doing my waveboarding. It's better doing it blindfold than just with your open eyes. It's like I won't fall, it's like just like that.
So when children see that with my eyes closed I am able to read, I am able to identify colors, I am able to copy what someone else has drawn, they start realizing that this sixth sense is for real and it works for me.
They recognize it, they trust it, and then they have the confidence to act on it.
Imagine a world where each child is endowed with the gift of being guided by that inner voice that tells them right from wrong.
It opens a new level to every child's mind, and we'll find a lot of great minds in the future if more kids get this.
Nobody knows what do they have inside them. So how much ever they discover themselves from inside, the more successful they will become, and they can achieve a great name with that.
The world has gone far advanced in technology. What we had missed is the technology of consciousness. You developed the technology of material world, but now you have to develop the technology of inner abilities, your own consciousness, and that's where we are heading to now.
It's time to introduce your child to the world of intuition and make them a part of an awakened generation. This is the Art of Living intuition process.
We once again extend our very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests, respected educators and awardees. The Sri Sri Ravishankar Mandir Trust, Vidya Mandir Trust, the education wing of the Art of Living, was established in 1999 under the guidance of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravishankar. Now we have grown into a family of more than 120 institutions across the country. We nurture excellence and values while shaping confident, compassionate, and successful individuals. And it is in celebration of this very commitment that we present to you the 4th edition of Sri Sri Awards for Education, instituted by SSRVM to honor and recognize educationists who exemplifies excellence and uphold human values.
ಗುರುದೇವ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮತ್ತು ಮೌಲ್ಯಾಧಾರಿತ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 1999ರಲ್ಲಿ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಮಂದಿರ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಂದು ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಮಂದಿರ್ ಸುಮಾರು 120 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಕುಟುಂಬವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆ, ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ, ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ, ಸಹಾನುಭೂತಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮುಂದೆ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅನುವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Gurudev and the dignitaries will be reaching here very soon, so stay tuned.
सुर में गाना सीखिए पाधानीसा ऐप के साथ. AI पावर
This is truly the moment we have all been waiting for, a blessed moment for all of us gathered here. Pujya Gurudev and esteemed dignitaries have arrived at the venue.
ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಮೂಲ್ಯ ಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಗುರುದೇವ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
With pranams and gratitude, we welcome Gurudev. We feel truly blessed by his presence here today. A warm welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Justice B.S. Patil, Lokayukta, State of Karnataka. Sir, we are deeply honored to have you here today. We take pride in welcoming guest of honors Shri Mohandas Pai, Chairman, RN Capital and Manipal Global in Education Services, and Shri Manoj Vastava, Director, Training, Central Board of Secondary Education.
ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಗುರೂಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಇಂದು ಅವರ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಧನ್ಯರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ B.S. ಪಾಟೀಲ್, ಗೌರವ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಮೋಹನ್ ದಾಸ್ ಪಾಯ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮನೋಜ್ ಶ್ರೀವಾಸ್ತವ್ ಬರೋರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿನ್ನ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಮೋಡೋರ್ ಹರ್ಷ, ಇವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
I also offer my heartfelt welcome to our Board of Trustees, Commodore H.G. Harsha, Chairman, SSRVM Trust, Srimati Jaina Desai, SSRVM Trustee, SSRVM, Professor Rajita Kulkarni Baga, Trustee, SSRVM, and the President of Sri Sri University, Cuttack. With great pleasure, we also welcome our trustees from our sister trust.
ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾಮಂದಿರ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರಜಿತಾಜಿ, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಜೈನಾ ದೇಸಾಯಿಜಿ, ಇವರಿಗೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
Now we begin the inaugural ceremony with watering of the Tulasi plant, followed by Vedic chanting symbolizing purity and wisdom. I humbly request Gurudev and all the dignitaries to kindly proceed.
ಈಗ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ತುಳಸಿ ಗಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರುಣಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ವೇದ ಪಠಣದೊಂದಿಗೆ.
ಓಂ ಹಿರಣ್ಮಯೇನ ಪಾತ್ರೇಣ ಸತ್ಯಸ್ಯಾಪೇಹಿತಂ ಮುಖಂ ತತ್ವಂ ಪೋಷಣ್ಣಪಾವೃಣ ಸತ್ಯಧರ್ಮಾಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಯೇ ಪೋಷಣ್ಣೆ ಕರ್ಷೇಯಮಸೂರ್ಯಪ್ರಾಜಾಪತ್ಯವ್ಯೋಹರಶ್ಮೀನ್ ಸಮೋಹತೆ ಜೋಯತ್ತೆ ರೂಪಂ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣತಮಂತತ್ತೆ ಪಶ್ಯಾಮಿ ಯೋಸಾವಸೌ ಪುರುಷಃ ಸೋಹಮಸ್ಮಿ वायुरनीलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तर्गो शरीरम् ॐ क्रतोस्मरा कृतज्ञस्मार क्रतोस्मरा कृतज्ञस्मारा अग्नेनया सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् योऽध्यस्मज्जोहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्तेन मा उक्तिं विधेम ॐ
What an auspicious beginning. We now move forward with our program. I invite Commodore H.G. Harsha, Chairman SSRVM Trust. Commodore Harsha has served our nation in various capacities in the Indian Navy, including on nuclear submarines and aircraft carriers for over more than 3 decades, before retiring as a Principal Director of Naval Headquarters at New Delhi. Harsha ji, we request you to kindly come forward and welcome the gathering.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Param Pujya Gurudev Shri Shri Ravishankar ji, Justice B.S. Patil, Honorable Lokayukta, State of Karnataka, Chairman of RN Capital and Manipal Global Education Services, Shri Mohandas Pai ji, Director Training, Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, Shri Manoj Srivastava ji, Trustees of SSRVM, Trustees of the Sister Trusts, Principals of Schools, and the invitees, and teaching and non-teaching staff, my dear ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to today's program for the Shri Shri Awards conferment. The Art of Living under the guidance of Puja Gurudev has numerous initiatives in the field of education. It has free schools for the underprivileged, contemporary schools associated with various boards of the country, schools in the tribal areas, in the disturbed areas, Vedic schools to promote and preserve our ancient culture. Today, under the umbrella of Art of Living, there are more than 1,386 free schools in the rural areas, 110 paid schools in the urban and semi-urban areas, 1 university in Odisha, 10 colleges, and a Gurukul in each of our ashrams all over the country. While giving the basic education, Puja Gurudev has blessed all the children studying in our schools with Medha Yoga, Utkarsh Yoga, and Pragya Yoga, a process which guides the students to lead a healthy and a stress-free life with control over their emotions. More than 1 million young minds have traversed through the portals of our schools and have benefited immensely in their ability to take the adversity of life and excel beyond their own expectations. We have more than 2 million happy parents who are amazed to see the evolution of their wards to become able and aware citizens of this country. Gurudev's pedagogy practiced in all schools have a strong connect with the ancient wisdom. This gives the students the unique ability to have a spiritual bent of mind from the very early years and helps them to navigate through stressful moments very effortlessly. Our alumni have joined many illustrious colleges across the globe and continue to excel in their fields. SSRVM, Shri Shri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust, has moved on from a predominantly school education to a higher education space with a strong vision to create 4 more universities in different zones of India. As we speak, in addition to the university that we have in Odisha, we are starting one in the northeast, in the Tripura. We are also on the verge of starting a deemed to be university in our campus in Bengaluru. Celebrating the aspects of pedagogy, which provides holistic education, and the Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust has chosen to honor those schools and teachers outside the purview of our own schools who offer education just like us. After a rigorous process of selection, today we have invited schools and teachers who have been bestowed with these awards to Bangalore for the Sri Sri honors. This has become an annual event after we honored the educationists last year for the third time. In the fourth edition, we have once again included the best nursing staff and the Ayurvedic physician and teacher. It is our honest belief that it will motivate more schools and colleges to ensure that students learn human values and strive hard to take this country higher in the comity of nations. I am confident that this wave will inculcate basic attributes of humanity, mindful awareness in our children, and will grow in leaps and bounds and develop an innovative bent of mind in all our students, who will convert more startups into unicorns very soon. As we move out of our colonial mindset, we embrace the ancient civilizational values. These aspects of education will stand in good stead for all the young minds going through the portals of our illustrious institutions. I am deeply grateful today to Puja Gurudev for having graciously accepted our request to bless this event with his presence. I am also thankful to all the dignitaries on and off stage to have kindly accepted our invitations to be a part of this event, which is gaining momentum with every year to recognize, honor our dedicated teachers and educational institutions who are leading this country on the path of self-belief and self-reliance. I once again welcome you all to the event today and congratulate all the award winners. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Harshaji, for setting the tone of today's celebration. We now move on to a moment of respect and gratitude. I request Harshaji to kindly felicitate Gurudev, our inspiration and guiding light. Can we have a round of applause, please? We humbly request Gurudev to please felicitate our chief guest, Honorable Justice B.S. Patil, Lokayukta, State of Karnataka. I request Harshaji to felicitate Sri Mohan Das Pai, and Sri Manoj Srivastava. Now is the moment we all have been waiting for. Gurudev, we humbly request you to bless the gathering.
ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಗುರುದೇವರು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಶೀರ್ವಚನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಕೋರ್ಕೊಂಡು.
ಓಂ ನಮ ಪ್ರಣವಾರ್ಥಾಯ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನೇಕಮೂರ್ತೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾಯ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತಾಯ दक्षिणामूर्ते। आज शुभ दिन है, जैसे हर दिन भी है, पर आज की विशेषता है, आज को रथ सप्तमी कहते हैं। रथ सप्तमी माने रथ, शरीर रथ है और ये 7 धातुओं से बना है और यह शरीर आगे चलने के लिए, आगे बढ़ने के लिए क्या चाहिए? पहिया चाहिए। वो पहिया क्या है? वो ज्ञान। ज्ञान के पहिया के बगैर इस शरीर वाली रथ आगे नहीं चल सकती है। तो आज इस क्षेत्र में नॉलेज के क्षेत्र में आप लोगों ने बहुत उपलब्धि करी है। आप सबका सम्मान देश के वो प्रतिभा का सम्मान मैं समझता हूँ। और आप सब लोग समय लेके यहाँ आए, ये दर्शाता है हमारे देश में हम सबको एक अंदरूनी आग है कि कैसे हमारे देश को हम आगे ले चलें, कैसे हम सब मिल के काम करें, कैसे हम सब युवा पीढ़ियों को ऐसा ऊपर उठाएं कि सर्वोपरि हमारी शिक्षा के क्षेत्र से ऐसे निखरे युवा जिससे देश और दुनिया का लाभ हो। शिक्षा सिर्फ व्यक्ति को सूचनाओं से भर देना नहीं है। अक्सर हम यही हो रहा है, बच्चों को इतनी सारी सूचनाओं से भर देते हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन से भर देते हैं, मगर उनका व्यक्तित्व विकास नहीं होता। अपना यहाँ का मुख्य उद्देश्य है कि शिक्षा के साथ साथ दीक्षा, माने दीक्षा का अर्थ ही यही है, धी माने बुद्धि, उसका पराकाष्ठा। वो पराकाष्ठा कैसे होगी कि व्यक्तित्व के विकास से होता। दीक्षा से व्यक्तित्व विकास होता है। और हम सब जानते हैं सरस्वती माँ के हाथ में 3 चीजें हैं। एक वीणा है माने गान, दूसरा जपमाला है ध्यान, और पुस्तक है ज्ञान। ज्ञान, गान और ध्यान तीनों ना हो तो शिक्षा पूर्ण नहीं होता। आपने सब अपने स्कूलों में, अपने अपने स्कूलों में, देश भर में संगीत तो हर स्कूल का एक अंग तो बनी हुई है, मगर आजकल जो अटेंशन डिफिशिएंसी सिंड्रोम है हमारे बच्चों में, वो देख के ये लगता है कि बहुत बहुत गंभीर परिस्थिति है, हमें इस पर ध्यान देना चाहिए। क्यों यहाँ ध्यान की कमी रही। अब देखिए, पहले ध्यान वगैरह कहते थे, समझते थे सन्यासी लोगों का काम है ये, या जो वेदांत है, जिनका दांत नहीं है, जो बूढ़े हो गए हैं, वो बैठ के करेंगे कुछ ध्यान वान। युवाओं के लिए क्या ध्यान की आवश्यकता। युवा तो youth are get going, no need to slow down. What is the point of sitting and closing your eyes? Don't waste your time, get busy. This was the idea, opinion people had. But today, it is different. In the 60s, 50s and 60s, the attention span of a person was 50 minutes, 45 minutes to 50 minutes. That's why class bell would ring after 50 minutes. We are still following that. 45, 50 minutes, we don't have any class more than 50 minutes. But today the attention span is 30 seconds. 30 seconds, not more than that. Couple of years back, I wanted to visit the schools in Washington, D.C. So they took me to one of their best schools. In the school, when I went there, in the classroom, instead of chairs, they had kept big balls. I said, I want to come to classroom, but this is like a gym. I said, why? No, you see, the student feels so restless, so that is where they sit and they keep bouncing. When the teacher is giving the lesson, the children are bouncing in their balls to keep them grounded, to keep them calm. I said, how can someone learn if they are constantly bouncing on the ball? I said, this is ridiculous. You know, when you go into the school, it is like going into a high security zone with electronic scanners and metal detector and all that. मैंने सोचा अरे ये हालत तो हमारे देश में नहीं आना चाहिए. बच्चों में इतना डिप्रेशन आ गया है और वो बोलते हैं कि 40% ऑफ टीचर्स इन यूरोप आर डिप्रेस्ड, स्कूल टीचर्स. अब टीचर्स इतना डिप्रेस होते हैं, बच्चों को क्या देंगे? दे विल ओनली पास ऑन व्हाट दे हैव. दिस इज वेरी सीरियस इश्यू द वर्ल्ड इज फेसिंग. Gun violence and other violence in the classrooms abroad is startling. It will just shock you. In one school district in Chicago, they had 265 incidents of violence in 1 year. 265 incidents. So we took the challenge there and we taught the children meditation. You know, in just within few months, the incidence rate fell down to 2-digit, 30, 32, just in few months. 165 to 30. I mean, this is something that really that we need to attend to. हमारे देश में देखो, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ನು, ಬೈಪೋಲಾರು, ಸ್ಕಿಜೋಫ್ರೇನಿಯಾ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ನೆವರ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. बट आज का हालत में देखेंगे तो ये सब चीज़ें आ रही है सब जगह. तो इसलिए हमें लोगों में वो उत्साह भरना है, उनका व्यक्तित्व बढ़ाना है, उनमें हौसला बढ़ाना है. ये सब काम हमारे ऊपर है. तो इस दिशा पे कदम रखने के लिए आप सब लोग आगे बढ़े. बच्चों को एक अपनापन होना चाहिए, एक प्यार होना चाहिए. जब हम लोग स्कूलों में पढ़ते थे, हमें अपना एक टीचर के साथ कनेक्शन था. क्लास टीचर करके पढ़ते थे और वो एक क्लास टीचर एक एक बच्चे के बारे में जानते थे. माता पिता आके उनको बैठते थे, बात करते थे. एक आत्मीयता, जहाँ आत्मीयता खो जाता है वो एक मैकेनिकल मशीन जैसे हो जाएगा वातावरण. वहाँ कोई पलपता नहीं है, व्यक्ति खिलता नहीं है. ये मेरा मानना है और मैंने देखा भी है. इसलिए एक प्रयत्न ये किया गया कि सब जगह लोगों को ये मानसिक स्वास्थ्य के बारे में बताना. मैं 45 साल पहले हम जब जाते थे दुनिया में, मेडिटेशन वगैरह करते थे, तो कभी सोचा नहीं था कि कोई सरकार इसको मान्यता भी देगी. अब पिछले साल देखिए 193 देश एक साथ आए यूनाइटेड नेशन में. दे डिक्लेयर्ड वर्ल्ड मेडिटेशन डे. Because they all today realize the value of meditation, how important meditation is for mental health, for increasing attention span, for uplifting human spirit, for making children dexterous, multi-talented, multitasking करने के लिए उतनी ऊर्जा भी चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए. वो सब ध्यान से मिलता है. 100 से अधिक एविडेंस बेस्ड रिसर्च हुआ है. वो सब ने ये कहा कि स्वास्थ्य ठीक रखने के लिए ये पुरातन हमारा भारतीय पद्धति जो योग है, ध्यान है, बहुत काम आएगा. तो आप सब लोग अपने अपने क्षेत्र में बहुत आगे बढ़े हैं. यह आज की जो वातावरण में आज की परिवेश में क्या क्या समस्या है, उसका समाधान क्या हो सकता है, इस पर आप सब लोग मंथन करें। जैसे मैंने बताया, आज रथ सप्तमी होने के वजह से यहाँ पर आश्रम में कोई 15 एक शादी, षष्ठी पूर्ति, ये सब है। मैं कहीं शादी में नहीं जाता हूँ तो लोग सब यहाँ आते हैं करने, आशीर्वाद लेने करने, तो वो सब काम जाएंगे हम। मगर आज बहुत अच्छा है, आप सब लोग आए हैं। हमारे ऑनरेबल जस्टिस BS पाटिल जी लोकायुक्ता के कर्नाटक से, आप अभी संबोधन करेंगे। आपको आपका अनुभव है इस क्षेत्र में, बहुत गहरा अनुभव है। ऐसे ही हमारे परम देश के गौरव मोहनदास पाई जी, जो भी देश का करंट इश्यूज है उसमें आप अपना प्रखंड स्टडी करके उसका अपना अभिमत देते हैं। इनके दिल में भी बहुत दर्द है, देश को और हमारी संस्कृति को, हमारा कैसे हम बचाएं, और हमारी जो कल्चर है, भारत के कल्चर, सिविलाइजेशन एंड एजुकेशन पर कैसे हमें वो करना है। स्टैटिस्टिक्स में आपको बहुत सब कुछ पता है। जैसे आपने स्टैटिस्टिक पढ़ा, चौंकाने वाली बात हो रही थी, कैसे बहुत जल्दी हमारे देश में भी जनसंख्या कम होती जा रही है, कम बच्चे स्कूल में दाखिल हो रहे हैं। ये तो मैंने भी आज पहली बार सुना। उन्होंने कहा कर्नाटक में पहले 12 लाख लोग जाते थे, अभी सिर्फ 10 लाख ही लोग आ जाते हैं स्कूलों में। जनसंख्या कम होती जा रही है, तो ये सब समस्याएं देश की हैं, चुनौतियां हैं। मगर आप सब शिक्षकों से ही ये सब आगे बढ़े, क्योंकि देश की हर क्रांति शिक्षक ने आगे लेके आए। चाहे स्वातंत्र संग्राम हो या देश में वैचारिक क्रांति हो, वो शिक्षकों से ही शुरू हुआ। और शिक्षक का बहुत सम्मान है, मान्यता है। तो इस पर भी आप विचार करेंगे। और हमारे श्रीवास्तव जी आए हैं दिल्ली से, आप भी आपको संबोधन करेंगे। मैंने कहा मैं करके थोड़ी देर में हम प्रस्थान करेंगे, उसके बाद तो श्रीवास्तव जी आपसे आराम से बैठ के आपके प्रश्न सब लेंगे, आपको अपना अनुभव शेयर करेंगे। बड़े अनुभवी हैं आप इस क्षेत्र में। हाँ, तो अभी आपको कोई प्रश्न था ना, एक दो प्रश्न हो तो मैं बोलूँगा, उसके बाद जस्टिस BS पाटिल जी बात करेंगे।
We received over 400 questions from across the country, all from educators. May we ask a few?
Yeah, go ahead.
I request Srimati Mamta Ravi Prakash, the founding principal of SSRVM Bangalore North, and Srimati Reshma Ganesh, founding principal SSRVM Bangalore East, to read out a few questions.
Pranam Gurudev. We have Shiva Teja from Sangi Reddy, founder and CEO of Janaganamana Foundation, asking a question.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೈಕ್ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲದಮ್ಮ, ಅದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Pranam Gurudev. We have a question from Shiva Teja from Sangi Reddy. He is the founder and CEO of Janaganamana Foundation. And his question is, if India has to become Vikasit Bharat in 2047, what changes needs to be made in the education system?
Value-based education should be the priority. We can't afford to have children who are well educated, but they take to guns and they cause violence in the streets, and they break all the rules and do what they want to do. That type of anarchy should not be should be nipped at the very bud in the schools and colleges. That is one thing. The second thing is mental health. Today our youth are swinging between aggression and depression. On one side, they close themselves down, they get into depressive mode, or they become so aggressive and they don't respect anybody. That type of, these two type of tendencies are very, very dangerous for any nation. सो विकसित भारत के लिए हमें ये बहुत आवश्यक है हमारे युवा सहनशील हो और सम्यक दृष्टि हो उनको.
Pranam Gurudev. We also have question from Miss Jayashree ji from Tiruchirappalli, an entrepreneur and educator. Miss Kavita ji, who is a Vice Principal of National Public School, Bangalore, and Mr. Halesh ji, who is a PE instructor from Davangere. Their question to you, Gurudev, is, in today's fast-paced economy and industry, how can we foster a learning mindset in students, ensuring they remain grounded and open to learning that promotes growth, curiosity, and adaptability while catering to diverse learning needs, as well as preparing them for success in a rapidly changing world? Your guidance, Gurudev.
I'm glad the new education policy has brought a revolutionary change in our education system. See, there was a time when we were all in schools, Mohandas, Paiji, Srivatsavaji, we all know, we had to go to library, first go through the index. It would take half a day to select the book. And then you take the book, and if it is available there or somebody has not already taken it away, and then you have to register, and when you are taking it and either sit there and read, make notes. I mean, it was a big effort. Luckily for this generation, they get everything in their fingertips. In one click in their computer, they get any knowledge of anything, even if they are not in that field. If you want to see what is the effect of long, you can get it in Google. If you want to know, what is the national bird of Greenland, they can get it right away. They don't have to go to any library. So they are very fortunate for having access to information. Now, what is necessary is their interaction. Access to information is there, but how do they interact with fellow beings? Are they talking to them properly? Do they have mannerism? Do they have skill in communicating? These are the things that we have to pay attention to. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾತಿನಿಂ ನೆಗೆ ನುಡಿಯು ಮಾತಿನಿಂ ಹೆಗೆ ಹೊಲೆಯು ಮಾತಿನಿಂ ಸರ್ವ ಸಂಪದವು ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತೇ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೌ ಟು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. How to communicate, how to convince, and how to move with conviction, and on top of it, grow in compassion. These are certain C's that one should see in education system. Conviction, communication skills, commitment, compassion. These are the things, the qualities that we need to nurture. Every child has them, but somewhere they get buried. I want to tell you a small story, what happened. In one of the school plays, the teacher had prepared them for Ramayana. So the Ram was shorter, fairer, and Ravan was short and fairer, and Ram was tall. I asked the lady who prepared, said, why you think it seems there is a reversal of role here. The person who should look like Ram is looking like Ravan, Ravan like person is look like Ram. He said, Gurudev, मैं क्या बताऊं? No parent want their son to be Ravan. So I had to put my own child, who is chota sa, patla sa, gora sa, cute sa boy को रावण बनाना पड़ा. तो इफ नाटक को भी हम नाटक नहीं समझ पाते हैं, तो फिर हमारा कुछ तो सोचने का ढंग गलत हो गया. तो इस तरह से हमें कम्युनिकेशन स्किल पर काम करना है.
Gurudev, the next question is from Dr. Teja, who is a national awardee from Hyderabad. His question is, how can spirituality and patriotism be a part of the curriculum in the 21st century for the Gen Z?
This spirituality is not something different from life. Life and spirituality is synonymous. Our body is made up of amino acid, carbohydrate, protein. Our spirit is made up of integrity, honesty, love, compassion, caring, and broader vision, wisdom. Anything that nurtures all this is spirituality. Anything that uplifts the spirit is spirituality. So it is interwoven. Respecting others is spirituality. Don't we have to teach the children respecting others? Respecting your fellow beings, your pals, including them as part of you. So, a person is naturally spiritual. By birth, everybody is spiritual. You watch a child from the age of 3 months to 3 years, you don't need a yoga teacher. They do all the yogas. It is so natural. Any child from Mongolia to Argentina to Africa, every continent child is a yogi. It is natural to us. But because of stress, we move away from our nature. All that you need to teach children is how to get rid of stress and have a broader context to life.
Gurudev, Sri Pandesh Kumarji, Principal of Krishnaveni Talent School, Shankarpalli, is seeking your guidance on how we can explain to students to face failures and divert them towards values, ethics, and integrity.
I think many teachers here, we have done work in this from many schools, will share this. How they could do, even our own, teachers who are sitting here from SSRVM and other schools around the country, they have all done this. I think I will leave that question to you all. It's not just one thing. There are many things you can implement, many things you can pay attention. Okay, wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we arrive at the heart of today's celebration, the Shri Shri Award for Education. This award reminds us that learning goes beyond classrooms. For the first award category, SSRVM proudly presents the best nurse educators to Dr. R. Sriwani.
ಅಶೋಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಉತ್ತಮ ಸಾಧನೆಗಾಗಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀವಾಣಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ನೀಡಲಾಗಿದೆ.
As a professor, principal and head of nursing at Dharwad Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience, she has made a remarkable contributions to teaching, research, curriculum development and evidence-based holistic practice, leaving a lasting impact both nationally and internationally. It's truly an honor to recognize her outstanding work. With great pride, SSRVM presents the Vishalakshi Award to Dr. Raghurama Bhatta.
ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮ ಸಾಧನೆ ತೋರಿಸಿದ ವಿಶಾಕ್ಷಿ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಘುರಾಮ್ ಭಟ್ಟ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ.
An eminent Ayurveda physician, scholar and a national thought leader, Dr. Raghurama Bhatta has devoted his life to practice, education and advancement of classical Ayurveda across the country. Congratulations, sir. Now I invite our chief guest, Honorable Justice B.S. Patil, Lokayukta, State of Karnataka.
ಪೂಜ್ಯರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಗುರೂಜಿಯವರ ಪಾದಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸಿ ನಾನೊಂದು 4 ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ಡ್ ಡಿಗ್ನಿಟರೀಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡಯಾಸ್, distinguished dignitaries of the dais, revered teachers, friends. It's a very solemn occasion to felicitate teachers who have excelled in their performance. The teachers who are guided by the motto and principle of this great institution, the International Center for Art of Living. 120 institutions are being run, and the object and purpose of the system of education imparted here is enable the student to grow completely, have fulfillment, develop his personality, and enjoy life, contribute to the nation. The concept of education, as we have traditionally understood, is acquiring knowledge. But acquiring knowledge is one part of the purpose of education. That is not the end of it. Acquiring knowledge, and the acquired knowledge has to be put into practice. That is living it. That is what is experienced in institutions like this. Are we not experiencing peace? Are we not experiencing joy? Are you not experiencing equanimity when we sit here in the auspicious presence of Sri Sri? What is the secret behind it? The whole purpose of life is to attain, enjoy peace, tranquility, equanimity. And what can there be a better education than this? As Guruji just now pointed out, we have advanced technology to know so many things. A click of button will tell you so many things. But why are we stuck wherever we are today? During the critical times that we are facing, why there is so much of selfishness, so much of corruption, so much of intolerance, so much of hatred? That is because we have not groomed our children, we have not brought up our children with the kind of education that is needed. And that is the purpose with which these 120 institutions have been established, and this great work is being done by this institution. How do we, as teachers, you groom the children? The best way to inculcate values and discipline in the children is to develop a belief system in them. From the belief system stems out thoughts. From the thoughts stem out action. And the actions are like fruits. Actions bring about fruits. Good actions bring good fruits, sweet fruits. Bad actions bring forth bitter fruits. So therefore, how do we work in generating that belief system? The belief system where the sense of excellence in whatever sphere of activity we are carrying on. In the Constitution of India, there is one fundamental duty. There is a chapter relating to fundamental duty in the Constitution of India. Most of us know about the fundamental rights, but many of us do not know about the fundamental duties. One of the most important fundamental duty is duty to achieve excellence in whatever sphere of activity we are engaged in. It goes like this. Every citizen of India, it is the fundamental duty of every citizen of India to achieve excellence in the sphere of activity he is involved in. The reason also is given. Why? Because individual excellence leads to collective excellence. Collective excellence takes the nation to the great heights. Shrestha Bharat, Vikasit Bharat. ವಿಕಸಿತ ಭಾರತ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂತು. That is, in whatever field we are working, whether it is adhyatma, spiritual, lokayukta, judges, advocates, philanthropists, whatever field, educationists, if we do our duty in an excellent way, achieve excellence in that area, then there will be transformation. There is a difference between change and transformation. Change is only, ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶುಗರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. A person is having sugar. He is eating 3 rotis. So he will come down to 2. That is change. Transformation is different. He changes the food habit. He doesn't need rotis. He needs something else. So there shall be transformation in our life. Excellent work will transform us, transform our society, transform the way we think. Therefore, the teachers need to help inculcate in students that belief system about our nation, about our values, about our culture, about our great heritage. Another important fundamental duty, as enshrined in the Constitution, is to duty to protect the rich heritage and culture of our nation. That is the fundamental duty. And seldom this is done in the schools. I am excited to know that the motto of the education system adopted by the Art of Living Foundation is the motto of completeness, fulfillment, the overall growth and development of the child, of the student. And you are doing a wonderful, pious job as teachers. And you shape the nation. Through you, the Vikasit Bharat can be a reality. Otherwise, it can only remain as a dream. If we have to have Vikasit Bharat, it is by the teachers and the parents. No doubt, first parents and then come the teachers. And the job of teachers is really, I have worked myself as a teacher in a law school for about 8-9 years alongside as an advocate. I know most of the teachers will blame the students. They don't have listening. They are digressed. There is no focus. But the key is in your hand. The teaching takes place, no doubt, by the teacher and the taught together. There has to be a cooperation, coordination. But to generate listening in the student, the key is with the teacher. To generate values and character in the student, the key is with the teacher. Therefore, the teacher shapes the life of the students, and those students shape the future of the nation. Thank you very much. I am beholden to Sri Sri for having given me this opportunity to be present here and share my thoughts and enjoy the wonderful atmosphere here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are deeply honored to have you here with us today. I request all the awardees to come onto the stage for a photograph with Gurudev. I request the jury members also to come onto the stage for a photograph. Let's watch the journey of our initiatives under the Art of Living once again.
Education is civilization's greatest leveler. It has the power to empower the weakest of the weak, bring peace to the world, and alleviate poverty. It is often seen as the only lit path in the pursuit of happiness. Gurudev Sri Sri Ravishankar, founder of the Art of Living, believes that every child deserves an education where the goal is not just to make a living but to make a life. Keeping this in mind, Gurudev has initiated various programs and educational institutions ranging from pre-primary to post-graduation to sow the seed early on and mold them into being better citizens of this world. The various education initiatives by Gurudev, the free schools of Art of Living. 1981 saw the inception of the first free Art of Living school, and today we have 1,356 free schools under Ved Vigyan Mahavidya Peeth Trust in the remotest areas across 22 states and more than 2,745 villages of India, providing a bright future to over 1,20,000 plus underprivileged children in the country. The Art of Living also runs more than 30 tribal schools in the rural areas of our country under Vyakti Vikas Kendra, India.
गुरुदेव कहते हैं कि एजुकेशन इट इज़ नॉट अ टीचिंग प्रोसेस, इट इज़ अ लर्निंग प्रोसेस। तो इसको बहुत अच्छी तरीके से यहाँ पे ध्यान दिया जाता है। इसके कारण ये बच्चों में एक प्रभाव ऐसा बन गया है कि ये बच्चों जिस गांव से आते हैं, जिस घर से आते हैं, वहाँ पे भी बहुत बड़ा बदलाव हो रहा है। बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ने बच्चों के कहने के कारण व्यसन छोड़ दी।
Since its establishment in 1999, the Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust has established over 121 plus educational institutes, which currently has more than 60,000 plus students, 5,500 plus educators, and has thus far over 500,000 graduates. It also has an international presence in Oman and Nepal. As a part of Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust family, we have 100 plus schools which are amongst the top educational bodies in India. Sri Sri Ravishankar Vidya Mandir Trust also has the Sri Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research Hospital and ISO 9000.
Moving on, next, let's honor those educators whose dedication inspires generation. We now invite our guest of honor, Sri Mohan Das Pai, to kindly come forward and present the awards. This year, SSRVM proudly presents the Best Educator in the North Zone to Ms. Monica Grover. Please join me in welcoming her.
ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ಉತ್ತರ ವಲಯವನ್ನು ಮೋನಿಕಾ ಗ್ರೋವರ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬೋಧನೆ, ನಾಯಕತ್ವ, ಸುಸ್ಥಿರತೆಗಾಗಿ 31 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅಚಲವಾದ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮೋನಿಕಾ ಗ್ರೋವರ್ ಅವರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟತೆಯ ದಾರಿದೀಪವಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
With 31 years of dedication to teaching and leadership, as head of the Department of Science and Eco Club in charge, she has been a true inspiration in the field of education. Let's all applaud once again Ms. Monica Grover for her remarkable dedication and excellence in education. With that, we move on to our next awards and its winners. We have 2 winners in this award. Our first winner, Ms. Bhavani Srinivasan Patmabati, a joint winner of Best Educator in the South Zone. Please welcome her.
ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ವಲಯದ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಾಗಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವಿಜೇತರನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಭವಾನಿ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸನ್ ಪದ್ಮಾವತಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಅನುಪಮ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ.
Let's give a big round of applause, please. Continuing in the Best Educator in South Zone category, SSRVM is delighted to felicitate our second winner, Sri Anupama Ramachandra, the founder principal of Delhi Public School, Electronic City, Bengaluru. She is a visionary educator whose journey reflects academic excellence, leadership, and compassion.
ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಅನುಪಮ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಒಬ್ಬ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ತಜ್ಞೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದು 3 ದಶಕಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಚಲ ಬದ್ಧತೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಮುಡಿಪಾಗಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Please join us in congratulating the winner for the best educator in the East Zone, Shri Rajesh Bordaloy from Adarsha Tribal Higher Secondary School, Johar, Azad.
ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ಪೂರ್ವ ವಲಯವಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಲಾಯ್ ಆದರ್ಶ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಜೋರ್ಹತ್, ಅಸ್ಸಾಂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
With decades of dedication, innovative teaching and a deep commitment to holistic education, he has inspired generations of students. Let's all give him a big round of applause.
ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು ಸರ್.
SSRVM proudly presents the best educator in the West Zone, and the award goes to Shri Lakan Dilip Jadhav.
ಪಶ್ಚಿಮ ವಲಯದ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಲಖನ್ ದಿಲೀಪ್ ಜಾಧವ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 17 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಶಿಸ್ತುಬದ್ಧ ಮೌಲ್ಯಾಧಾರಿತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Over 17 years, he has inspired and shaped students into disciplined, value-driven and courageous individuals through holistic education, grounded in character, strength and service. Congratulations, sir. With great honor, may we invite Dr. Sudarshana Kumar Bhatia to please come forward and receive the Special Mention Award in the Best category, Best Educator category.
ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುದರ್ಶನ್ ಭಾಟ್ಯಾ ಅವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Dr. Bhatia, Chairman and Academic Advisor of Ramakrishna Senior Secondary School and the Ramakrishna Teacher Training Institute, Gurugram, has profoundly shaped teacher education and schooling in India, reflecting a lifelong commitment to integrity, value-based education and excellence.
65 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸೇವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಲಾ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಪರಿಣಿತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆಳವಾದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. We humbly request Sri Mohan Das Pai ji to kindly address the gathering.
Dignitaries and respected teachers, today the world is undergoing a very big transformation. We are seeing the advance of technology led by artificial intelligence, which is going to have a very deep impact on the lives of all people over the next 5-10 years. All human beings are endowed with intelligence, with memory and great emotion. Human beings are a bundle of emotion. Human beings can think, can create, can ideate, can replicate and work with all others. The greatest question a human being can ever ask is, why are we born? What is the reason for our existence? Because our existence is fleeting. The only reality of life is mortality. One day we'll go meet our Maker. When that is the reality, what is this purpose? Are we mere animals to lead a life? Or are we destined for doing something else? That is the philosophical question that has engaged great minds throughout history. But today, we are faced with another reality. Machines are getting intelligent. Machines are able to replicate parts of intelligence using artificial intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to draw general inferences from specific instances that we observe in life. So machines are being taught to recognize objects, to look at enormous amount of data, understand the data, and do what is called generative AI. They can generate a reply to a question, understanding data by reading all the data, understanding the data in a language that human beings understand, and it's getting better and better. How is it happening? It's happening because of the ability to compute information, analyze information very fast. It's happening because the availability of huge computing memory and capacity at a very low cost. It's happening because the enormous amount of money that is going into development of AI. And the big point was when generative AI became a reality 3 or 4 years back. All this is happening with the intention of machines getting what is called AGI, average general intelligence. That's the point of singularity at which machines can duplicate what human beings do, think, act, behave. On the other side, humanoids are being created, robots which can mimic human behavior, robots who can walk, who can lift, who can run, who can pull, who can do many tasks that human beings do. People say 60-70% of human activity can be done by robots. I went to the Indus International School recently, where Dr. General Arjun Roy is creating humanoids which can take classroom lessons. When students ask questions, the robot will try to answer. And the robot learns more and more when the students ask questions. That still has to be developed. So a time will come when people say, every child will have a robot. Next to it, who will speak to the child, answer the child's questions, become a companion to the child, so that the child will be unable to distinguish between a human being and a robot. Because when you are very young, children don't distinguish. And if you are sick in hospital, you'll have your own robot who will comfort you, nurse you. If you are at home, you'll have a robot which will do your housework, make tea, coffee for you. One of the biggest challenges for humanity is loneliness. Our families are breaking up. We have fewer children and no children. We get old, live alone. Nobody cares about us. And when there's loneliness, you need companionship. You need somebody to talk to care for you. And in Japan, people think humanoids are going to be living in the house, caring for you, taking care of you, making tea, coffee for you, talking for you, and they will not talk back. Hope they talk back. There should be a fight too, argument. And those advances are coming. There's nothing we can do to prevent those advances. The question comes, in this age of AI and development, how should we educate our children? Which is a very serious question. Just now, Shweta and the trustee was telling me that this generation Z, right? Gen. I forget all that. Gen are cognitively less smarter than the earlier generation. One of the reasons they're saying is today, people don't have to think. People don't have to read. People don't have to understand. They have to press a button like Gurudev said. And the button will get you all the information, will speak for you, answer, etc. What was education earlier? Education in the industrial era was that there were a large number of children in school and college. There were teachers who had read all the books, got a certificate. They came there to a class, spoke to all the children. The children noted down. wrote an exam, they got a piece of paper, certificate, they went out, they got a job. The earlier era was the era of the academy and the Gurukula. Academy in Greece, which is ancient civilization, and the Gurukula in India, where a student went to the Guru's house, lived with the Guru taught the student, and it was by question and answer. When you question, you think, you understand, and you want to ask questions which are very different, strange. So you have to think. And when young children ask questions, they do not have the knowledge the older people have. So they ask questions which you can't even imagine can be asked. They have curiosity. And it's curiosity which has advanced human civilization. And that by question and answer, we think, we act, we understand, we ideate, we found new nuances. One of my Professor Venkatesh Murthy, who is a professor of Kannada, told me once in a lecture, why are there so many Ramayanas? There are hundreds of Ramayanas, right? He said, in our culture and civilization, every generation interprets the Ramayana in its own context, in his own life, because life has changed. Everything has changed. So the eternal question, why did Rama send away Sita, is interpreted in every different manner. Today, feminists are very angry and say Rama is a misogynistic, he is a bad man, is this and that. They don't understand the nuances of dharma and karma and duty. They take a straightaway answer. How did he treat his wife so badly? How can he do that? In the earlier era, people tried to understand. People tried to ideate because the language was different. So every generation will have his own Ramayana, so it becomes eternal. It is not cast in stone. There is no dogma. There is no one eternal truth. And that is human being thinking. That is what made us very different. Now children will not think because in an industrial era, in a classroom, the teacher teaches because you want more and more people to get education. The numbers have gone up, population has gone up. And then that kind of teaching is going away. Why is it going away? Because in a classroom and in education, you give knowledge. Knowledge is information. Knowledge is interpretation of information. Children socialize. In a classroom, children meet other children, work, play. The teacher talks to them. There is interaction. There is behavior changes. The student observes the teacher, learns. Because what you do in a class is the child learns how to live in society, how to question society. And that socialization is important. So there's knowledge, there's interpretation, there's socialization. Then there's certification. Why certification? To say, have you learned certain things? Information, interpretation, there's an exam. And there's certification. And after that, there is a certificate which makes you part of a brotherhood or a sisterhood, a part of a group of people. All that comes together. In the new era, the information that you give class by class, the child knows. The machine knows. So what are you teaching? The child knows more than you. The child presses a button every morning, knows everything what is happening till yesterday. So the information dissemination that happens in education is becoming less and less. Second, the socialization is important. Earlier there was socialization in the family. Families are larger. They were cousins, brothers. You went and stayed in the neighborhood. You played in the street. You cycled to school. Right? You all went and walked. No, you can't walk in the streets. You can't cycle. You can't meet people. You can't go out. Urbanization has made us come together unless you're in smaller towns. So the socialization has come down. How will you learn to be a human being if you don't socialize? That is the problem. And people are becoming lonely. If you have only one child, the child has no sibling. The child cannot play the brother and sister. There are no brothers and sisters. They don't understand what is a brother and sister. There are no cousins because earlier we went to relatives' houses, we spoke everything, right? We went there, interacted. Nobody comes to anybody's house. Nobody goes to others' house for holidays. It's all gone unless you come to ashram. This should be the place of socialization. And then Because of that, one part of a personality of what is to be human is gone. And that emotion that comes with being a human being, where we have values, we have love, compassion, we have caring, we have thinking, we have discussions, we have arguments. All that competitive spirit is gone because you're lonely. The socialization aspect is the most important part of education. Because by socialization, you become a human being who is rational, who can think, who can interact, who can negotiate, work with others, and live in society. And not be an island by yourself. And the last part, certification, now is getting diffused. So in the age of AI, when information is gone, socialization becomes less. How should you all educate your children? What should you do? That's the question I would suggest. All of you must debate, must think, must go to class, understand, learn how to deal with the new generation and young children. And the children coming to your class are a very different generation from the generation Z, or whatever you call it. But earlier it took 25 years for a generation, now it takes 10 years. And if you look at a small child, 4 to 5, how does the child behave today? Very different. And I think it's important for us to understand. I have certain thoughts, there's no time, but this is something that I would urge all of you to see. Like Gurudev said, the essence of humanity is values. The essence of humanity is compassion. The essence of humanity is love. The essence of humanity is being together. The essence of humanity is companionship. The essence of humanity is negotiating, working together. The essence of humanity is peace. The essence of humanity is discussion. The essence of humanity is questioning. And all that come by socialization, by a way of interaction, by way of learning, by way of taking time to learn. Class 5, class 6, class 7, you learn more and more and more. You understand more and more, and you grow up. That growing up is important. You can't have 20 years of growth in 2 years. It doesn't happen. You mature over time. You think very differently. Now, all that is getting compressed by technology. And I would end by urging all of you to look at all these issues when you deal with your children, because you are dealing with the future of society. The child in your classroom is going to be the future citizen and leaders of society. And you want them to lead society well. You want society to progress. You want Rama Rajya in India. Rama Rajya where there will be justice for everybody, where everybody can walk in peace. There will be no fear. There will be enough for everybody's need. There will be a place where everybody can dream and achieve the dream. And since Rama has come back to Ayodhya, we should have Rama Rajya. And in the age of AI, Rama Rajya is going to be that much more difficult. So you have to do many things to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's truly a privilege to have you here with us. Now we move on to the next set of awards that recognizes institutions that exemplifies excellence with values. We are honored to invite our guest of honor, Sri Manoj Srivastavaji, the Director, CBSE, to kindly present the award. Sir, kindly come. The runner-up for Holistic Education Award goes to Shanti Gyan Vidyapeeth School, Delhi. We invite Rohit Kurana to come forward and receive the award. Let's all have a big round of applause. The award for holistic education goes to Jain Bharati Mrikavati Vidyalaya. We invite Ms. Anupama Bharadwaj to come forward and receive the award. With a round of applause, please. Now, the runner-up for overall excellence. We are honored to announce the runner-up for overall excellence, and it goes to Brilliant Public School, Bilaspur. We are happy to invite Ms. Shruti Gupta to come forward and receive the award. We proudly present the winner of overall excellence in education, the Kerala Samajam Model School, Jamshedpur. We are happy to invite Nandini Shukla to kindly come forward and receive the award. The special mention for overall excellence is shared by two prestigious institutions. We invite our first winner, Senior Secondary School, Banastali Vidyapith, Rajasthan, to come forward and receive the special mention for overall excellence in education. We are happy to invite Sri Mukund Mohan Dikshit to kindly receive the award on behalf of the school. Our second winner, Mamta Model School, Senior Secondary. Please come forward and receive the award. We are happy to have Ms. Pallavi Sharma to receive the award on behalf of the school. Congratulations to both institutions. We request Sri Manoj Srivastav ji to kindly address the gathering.
आप सभी को नमस्कार। परम आदरणीय गुरुदेव जी, Commodore Harsha ji, we had the gracious presence of Honorable Justice Patil sir, and we heard him loud and clear as to what, at a policy level, at a constitutional level, what are the fundamental duties that we are expected to discharge as an Indian citizen. All the winners, award winners, and also those who have been conferred upon the runner-up award for their splendid work. It is indeed an honor for me to be here among all of you, and in this sacred, serene, and profoundly calm and spiritually radiant atmosphere. And I think we all together must be experiencing it. जब आप गुरु जी को सुनते हैं, allow me to speak in Hindi, couple of lines. जब आप गुरु जी को सुनते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है जैसे आप कभी हरिद्वार से और ऊपर जाएंगे तो ऋषिकेश पड़ता है, और जब गंगा जी उतरती हैं तो ऋषिकेश पे थोड़ा ठहरती हैं, उनका प्रवाह कम होता है, लेकिन वो सरलता से बहती रहती हैं। जो सरलता है, जो शीतलता है, जब आप गुरु जी के सानिध्य में रहते हैं तो आप विटनेस कर सकते हैं कि वो जो ज्ञान का और ध्यान का जो प्रवाह है, और जिसमें हम सब अभी थोड़ी देर पहले प्रवाहित हो रहे थे, दैट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ फीलिंग दैट वी ऑल गेट। Mohandas Pai ji was also mentioning, environment is the third important teacher. As parents, we are teachers. As teachers, we are teachers. But environment is one of the most critical component of a teaching learning phenomena. आप एक बच्चे को माहौल दे दीजिए, पर्यावरण दे दीजिए, कंडीशनिंग क्रिएट करिए, वो खुद न खुद क्यूरियस हो जाएगा। And when this curiosity is supported in terms of guidance, direction and resources, that is where child is inclined to make a difference. सुदर्शन क्रिया जो इस आश्रम में होता है, वो जो गुरु जी का इस ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए कंट्रीब्यूशन है, आई वॉज रीडिंग अबाउट दिस एंड एक चीज़ जो एक लाइन में कही जा रही है वो ये है कि इट ब्रिंग्स इनर हार्मनी विद इन द बॉडी। नाउ इफ once we achieve this harmony within the body, then when we see our job as a teacher, within the society also we need to create an harmony, and that is exactly the job we are expected to do as a teacher. And when there is harmony in the society, there is absolutely no stopping for this nation to grow leaps and bounds and to actually become a developed nation by 2047, which is the national commitment we as an individual institution, as an institution, have all committed for. And that is a responsibility for all of us. Since you're all teacher, you do curriculum transaction, you do assessment. It is only in the fitness for me to talk to you, being an officer in the board, about curriculum also. Curriculum, when you make everything as a part of curriculum, then it also involves an assessment component. Now, somebody was mentioning that bringing the value education and the spirituality as a part of the component of the curriculum, the moment you make that as a part of curriculum, it also involves an assessment, and then it becomes mechanical, then the whole spirit is lost. So what are we expected to do? We'll have to redefine the curriculum. The curriculum has two components. One, explicit curriculum. The second part is implicit curriculum. Now, what is explicit curriculum? Explicit curriculum is the written, prescribed content that you as a teacher are expected to deliver into the classroom transactions. For example, if you teach maths, and within maths if you teach profit and loss, percentage, simple interest and compound interest, this is what is an explicit curriculum. A child gets to know how do I calculate ratio, profit, loss, compound interest and simple interest. But in the course of it, when you tell him that what is embedded in this is you are making child more financially responsible, financially prudent, he or she is getting to know the power of saving money, the power of recycle use of resources. Therefore, what is being conveyed is an implicit curriculum. What is being taught is an explicit curriculum. This difference, once we realize as a teacher, I think in every subject that we handle, and if we try and transfer both the intent of the curriculum, explicit curriculum and intent curriculum, the job is done. This is a job that I think we as a teacher will have to ensure this. I was talking to one very normal teacher in one of the village areas. मैंने उनसे पूछा आप क्या पढ़ाते हैं, क्या करते हैं? तो उन्होंने कहा मैं पढ़ाता नहीं हूँ, मैं बच्चों को समझता हूँ. I try and understand the children. I don't teach them. And in an attempt of trying to understand the child, I do not follow the prescribed roadmap, the charter that is given to me. Depending on the entry behavior, my transaction with the child, I determine my course of action and my approach for the child. Therefore, each time I am dealing with a new child, my approach goes under a revision. At the national level, you know that there is a national education policy. Policy is very futuristic. It talks about capacity building at a very large scale. And if that has to happen, then the individual, institution, and the national policy have to be in sync. So there has to be a different model of PPP phenomena in which people with passion, institution like this with a purpose, and a nation like India with a policy, I think together we can make a difference. And that is exactly the reason I think we are all, whenever we get a chance to showcase our extraordinary contribution or the differences that we are making in the society or the contribution that we are making in the society or within the limited context of the school, we are sharing here. Why are we sharing here? And what are the benefit of the forum here? There is no time of reinventing the wheel. We are advancing to be a developed nation. We cannot afford to replicate, we cannot afford to be doing multiple things at multiple places. That will be a wastage of time. So each time when you share your best practices, I'm assuming that when you go back to your respective clusters, zones, you will be sharing this in greater detail so that others also follow it. एक और चीज़ मैं आप लोगों से विनती करना चाहूँगा, और चूँकि ऐसे प्रांगण में उस बात को कही जा सकती है, एक मोटो हम हमेशा रखें कि जो सरलता है, सरलता हमारे कंडक्ट का हिस्सा बनना चाहिए। और हम जब गुरु जी को सुनते हैं तो हमें लगता है कि ये एक मैसेजिंग बड़ी क्लियर आती है। सरलता आपके सारे काम को आसान कर देती है। आई वॉज स्टक एट द दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट yesterday for almost 10 to 15 hours. There were people who were literally, arguing and fighting that one gentleman who was trying to handle as to why there is a reason of delay, and that delay is beyond my control because there is an airspace control due to Republic Day celebrations. If it is beyond control, there's no point fighting, arguing with that man. So, सरलता हमारे बिहेवियर का एक हिस्सा बनना चाहिए, और ये टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स के लिए ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो जाता है क्योंकि वो, मैंने आपको बताया कि वो सब सीखते ही हैं इन्वायरमेंट से। मैं आपसे एक ये निवेदन करना चाहूँगा। दूसरा एक व्यक्तिगत निवेदन मेरा ये होगा कि एज अ टीचर आपको कोई कुछ भी कहे कि आप बहुत बोलते हैं, आप बोलते रहिए। टीचर और प्रिंसिपल का काम है बात करना। Regardless of the criticism you face back home or in the society or in the relationship, continue talking. क्यों? उसका कारण है, बच्चों को 2 कमरे 3 कमरे मिल गए, अपने अपने कमरे में कन्फाइंड है। We will have to make an effort to reach out to these guys. They are very talented. Kids are very talented. They can do multitasking. They are so focused. They are very clear also in terms of their thought process. I think what is missing is a conscious effort to reach out to them, and that, let people say anything, we will have to initiate discussions. मुझे भी मालूम है, when you grow old you become storyteller, but I make it a point कि मैं जहाज में बैठूं या ट्रेन में बैठूं, मैं साथ में जो बैठता है मैं उससे बात करने की कोशिश करता हूं, because I know that I'm going to learn something from that gentleman or person. So small thing, I think we can experiment, and we are doing a great work. As a nation, we are doing a great work, and I think together we stand committed to the cause of making this nation as a great nation. And I'm very, very happy to be a part of this, and I'll be exploring, talking to all of you, and carry a lot of things back to Delhi and see how we can incorporate them in our future discourse as far as capacity building is concerned. AI and technology also Mr. Pai spoke about. we will have to use it very smartly, only treating this as a force multiplier, be it artificial intelligence or ICT or net connectivity or a digital content. As long as we are using it as an enabler, as a force multiplier, we are only optimizing the resources. And this is something that we can collectively or individually in our respective institutions can think of and create narratives so that we all contribute in our limited sense to the well-being of this nation. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to a special moment of recognition and honor. SSRVM proudly presents the Shri Shri Awards for Outstanding Contribution to Education. May I request Harsha ji and Jena ji to kindly come forward. Also, Sri Manoj Vastava ji to kindly present the awards. We are honored to recognize Girish Yashwant Prabhune, Padma Shri Awardee 2020 and founder of Krantiveer Chapekar Smarak Trust. Kindly welcome him with a big round of applause. We are pleased to recognize Shashanka Hazarika, the winner of National Teachers Award 2017. We invite Shashanka Hazarika onto the stage with a big round of applause. He is the winner of National Teachers Award and he is a dedicated science teacher. We are delighted to recognize Iyer Revati Rajaram, the winner of National Teachers Award 2019. Let's all give her a big round of applause. We are honored to recognize Shri Vijay Kumar, recipient of International Fulbright Teachers Excellence Award 2021 and National Teachers Award 2023. Let's all welcome him with a loud round of applause. We are proud to recognize Yudhveer, winner of National Teachers Award 2022. Unfortunately, due to the adverse weather condition, Yudhveer ji could not be here with us today. So we invite his brother Bhupendra ji here to receive the award on his behalf. We are proud to announce and welcome Dr. Janmej Singh Guleria, the winner of an Asian Admirable Achievers Award 2023 and the National Teachers Award 2017. We invite Ms. Aradi Kwananko, winner of National Teachers Award 2023. Let's all give her a big round of applause. What an inspiring set of educators we have here today. Their dedication, passion, and commitment to shaping young minds truly set a benchmark in education. Now, we invite Srimati Jaina Desai, as Trustee SSRVM, to address the gathering.
Jai Gurudev, everyone, and a very good morning to each of us. And it's a special morning, isn't it? Yeah? Such wonderful blessings from Gurudev and such a wonderful roadmap for education from Gurudev. So I'd like to begin with asking each of you to close your eyes. Let's keep our eyes closed, aankhein band. We'll chant Om 3 times. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let's take another deep breath in and out. Jai Gurudev. So we are living in a world which is filled with change right now, isn't it? Tectonic shifts in the world outside, in politics, in economics, in geopolitics, but most especially in education. And we as educators know that. AI, technology, changing, eroding values, changing systems. But there are some things that remain eternal in this world. And they are human values, compassion, joy, awareness, intelligence, intuition, happiness, and the connection with oneself and with others. And we hope that through these awards, we enable each of these things. We are recognizing and honoring each and every awardee here because you represent this. And you are part of the larger family of educators. Today, India has over 15 million teachers from UKG to PG, from schooling to higher education. But teachers are not honored and recognized, and education needs heroes. So each and every one of you here, sitting here, is a hero, teachers and schools. So please give yourselves a very big hand for being truly a hero of humanity. And our job here this time, this is the 4th Shri Shri Awards for Education, and it coincides with the 45th year of the Art of Living and with 70 years of Gurudev's life on this planet. And you can clap for that. We take inspiration from this tremendous work that Gurudev has done. 180 countries in less than 45 years. For a man, I would not say that he's 70, he's eternally young. And it is not easy to have touched lives through compassion, through human values, through improving mental health. And these awards take inspiration from that because each of you educators and schools are focusing on these values. It is also our hope from SSRVM that we all come together in a circle, in a connection of educationists who can together make this world and this country a better place to create better world citizens. And I hope that we can continue because we would like to work with each of you and to share best practices and to take this forward. Manjula will shortly share about the Shri Shri Education Leaders Forum that we are launching today so that we can all stay connected and take forward what education truly embodies. At this juncture, I would like to honor, felicitate, and commend our jury who have worked diligently over the last few months, going through these hundreds of applications every single day. It has not been easy for them. Please give them a louder applause because they have done an incredible job led by Chidananji and our very, very senior stalwarts within SSRVM as well as outside. I say that it's not easy, to be part of a jury because sometimes you don't know, everything looks the same to you, everyone looks equally good. And from there to choose the best among the best, the first among equals, they have done an incredible job. Once again, I come back before I end to what Gurudev stands for. That is love, compassion, intuition, awareness, and absolute intelligence. That is where education needs to move towards absolute intelligence, moving beyond the paradigms of conventional learning, moving beyond the paradigms of just rote learning, but taking every child who's so precious, such a precious resource for our nation and for the world, taking that child to where he or she should be through this journey of absolute intelligence. And I also invite all of you, your schools, to be part of the intuition process, and we'll be discussing that, and we already have discussed it. So once again, thank you for being here with us. It is our honor to honor you, and a big thank you to our jury. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Jainaji. As Jainaji said, it is time to honor and thank our esteemed jury members whose guidance and careful judgment has given this process strength and credibility. Please join me in welcoming our jury members onto the stage. Sri A.C. Chidanand, Director, IT, SSRVM, and the Chief Coordinator of Sri Sri Awards. Ms. Neena Nair, Director, SSRVM, Mulund. Shri Jayesh Panchal, Director, SSRVM, Borivali, Mumbai. Srimati Mamta Ravi Prakash, Founding Principal, SSRVM, Bangalore North. Shri Reshma Ganesh, Founding Principal, SSRVM, Bangalore East. Srimati Padma Prabhu, Academic Council Member, SSRVM. She's also a national awardee. Ms. Rekha Kapoor, Academic Curriculum Planner and State Coordinator, SSRVM. We express our heartfelt gratitude to the jury, and their guidance reminds us that excellence is always rooted in values, dedication, and vision. Thank you, everyone. Now it's time to witness the launch of Sri Sri Education Leadership Forum. I invite Manjula Ravindran, Administrator, SSRVM, to take us through this.
Jai Gurudev. So over the last 1-2 hours, we've been ideating on how to interact, how to start the interaction between teachers and students. And our Honorable Chief Guest was also mentioning, emphasizing on how important it is to ideate, right? Talk with each other, share our best practices. So we at SSRVM resonate that. So we thought about why not have a collaboration amongst all the educators who can come together and make a forum. Does that sound good? Right? See, people alike, people who think alike need a forum to come together. Right? Many of us as individuals contribute, but if we all come together as educators, we can make a big impact in the society when it's needed the most. So, SSRVM Trust today proudly launches the Sri Sri Education Leadership Forum. So this is an opportunity for you to register, be with us, let's all move together. I request Honorable Guest of Honor to launch the website, please. So we also have a center. We have a desk just outside this hall for all of us to register. So let's all move together, because as we move together, we invite you to be part of the shared journey. So, yeah. So many of us who've come to the Art of Living, we'd like to stay connected. So I feel this is the best forum that we all stay connected as educators. So I invite each and every one of you all to register, and let's all move forward. Yes? Thank you so much.
Now we come to a close of this wonderful morning. May I invite Manjula again to please come forward and say the vote of thanks.
Our gratitude to Pujya Gurudev for having come here and spent a lot of time. Even a minute of Gurudev's time with us is so precious. We are so lucky to have had him here address all. So our gratitude to Gurudev, and our gratitude to our chief guest and guest of honor. They were really busy. They've taken time so that they come and could meet each and every educator here, because you're all so important to make an impact to the society. Our chairman, honorable chairman, who is the guiding force and the backbone of the trust. Jaina ji, our trustee, who's so passionate about the Shri Shri Awards. We thank you for all the guidance. The preparation goes a year. Preparation starts 365 days before this event. And a thank you to all the jury members who do their job so diligently and with purity, right? So that the right person gets awarded. Thank you to all my colleagues, administrators, and a lot of people who have worked on the background, the ashram events, and the events of our SSRVM Trust. So just one request is that when the Art of Living people meet each other, we say Sangha Chadvam. This is a very profound word, which means let's all move together. And it's also said, Sanghe Shakte Kali Yuge. Individually, you can contribute a little, but when we all come together, the contribution is more brighter, more useful, more fruitful. With this note, I thank each and everyone for being here, being part of this award, and making us so proud of this moment. Thank you so much.
Request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you all again, once again, for being a part of 4th Shri Shri Awards 2026. We request all the awardees to go for a video bite along with our team.